you have. It's everywhere. But in my heart, I truly feel there's something up. Let me unpack this. So, in my spirit, I feel strong discernment against this song. It's very catchy. As we know, a lot of these industry songs are very catchy on purpose. And I truly feel this song is saying, it's a song about saying, like, I love the devil.
I'm sorry, baby. Don't unpack nothing else. Don't unpack nothing else. I think it's time for you to go see that lady over there and get a psychological evaluation. There's so many isms to unpack there. Do you know who you sound like? You said Japanese language. I watched the rest of it. The Japanese language sounds demonic. Then after getting a lot of backlash and people saying, hey, I don't think this is discernment, she goes, oh, no, I want to backpedal. Like, I meant like the dance. I meant the dance. No, you didn't. That's not what you said.
It's time that religious people be put on mental evaluation so that we can evaluate their brain process. Because oftentimes I fail to understand how deep of psychological manipulation goes in terms of religion. Because there's no way you can do this. Devilize everything, make everything so devilish. There's no way. And because of the way Christianity is used as a weapon of destruction and the way they indoctrinate other people, they believe that other people are doing the same thing as them. Indoctrination. And the only way to be initiated into it is through harmful pains, through suffering. You need to love suffering. I don't know if I can do that. And that's exactly what happens in religion. People cannot dissect information because in doing that, it collapses everything they've ever known. And some people can do without that, can do without religion. They would rather die than to believe that God isn't real. Because what else would they hold dear? What else do they have to unpack about their lives? What else do they have to live for? All your life, all you've known is this. And then somebody tells you it's a lie. And you're not ready to even dissect other things. This is why you hold on to it. That's the only thing you believe your entire life. You'll never believe in anything else in your life. As long as you hold religion that close to your heart, anything else can't be true. Anything in your heart can never be true. That this is, it isn't it. It cannot. Because I remember when I was younger and I was living religion and I was trying to find myself. I was very young. And I feel like 22 is the time I started to find myself. And it was hard. Like at times I feared the unknown. And now I'm looking back and I'm like, I'm glad I took that step. Because it's doing that. It's becoming and knowing and evaluating yourself. In that process, it's when you get to know and find out other things about yourself that you were not even sure that you could possibly find out. But the more you keep on walking in it, because I remember speaking about the law of oneness and I was talking to religious people, they didn't get it because all this person knew is that there's hell and there's heaven, you know. And then I'm talking about the law of oneness and I'm talking about the spirit of working in oneness and everything in the universe is one. You know, I could not even fully understand that conversation myself back then. But then I was explaining to this religious woman who was indoctrinating me with the Bible. And I was like, you know what? I don't believe in that anymore. And I believe when I was living religion, that was the time I was challenged the most with my past beliefs about religion. You would find me bumping into a lot of religious people. Now I don't. And I feel like it's an amazing thing. And sometimes, even when I do, it does not really affect me that much as it used to because of my work that I've done on myself internally. So when people like that are forced to break down their walls, they haven't done the work yet. They haven't done anything yet to make sure that they get to the point that I am. And I feel like it is a spiritual journey of yourself. That's why you cannot force anybody else to see your truth. It should be them seeing their truth. And that is why this person will always believe in music being devilish. You know, there needs to be a balance. That's why Satan needs God and God needs Satan. Without the two, they cannot be coexisting. They cannot. God is all knowing, all wise, all glamorous, all of these wonderful things, but he cannot destroy Satan. Why can he not destroy Satan with all the power that he has? He created the universe, right? He knew what Satan was doing in the Garden of Eden, but yet he let it happen. Why did he let it happen? He knows about a lot of things, but he lets it happen. Why does he let it happen? If he was that powerful and all-knowing and all-wise, he would have done something by now about your suffering, about my suffering, about the suffering of the world. But we are still in this position and you're still justifying it. God has a plan. God has a plan. God has always had a plan. But for anything bad, he has a plan. He will always have a plan. You know what I'm saying? So for me, when I have to dissect and sit in a church and be like, I'm religious, I cannot. And I remember that when I was younger, I even confirmed in a class. A confirmation class is when like when you're baptized and stuff like that, when you're a baby. And I wonder why we do that, but I would never do that. Should I have a child, I would never baptize my child. My child is not stepping in the foot of a church. That's if they want to when they grow up. That's something they would have to do as their own, but they are not. I'm not doing that. I cannot. You know, it's very hard for me to even do that for myself. I cannot. So religion for me has always been tough. Living it is even tougher. It's something that will always challenge you for as long as you live. You will always be challenged by your beliefs, everything you've known, your friends, your family, always trying to convince you that there is a God. I never even denied the presence of a God. I see God in everything. I see God in you. I see God in animals. I see God in every single thing. God is a manifestation of many elements, you know? That's why we need to treat each other like gods. It's not that I don't believe in gods. I don't believe in a creation of gods where these gods work together. I believe they do work together. God of earth, God of waters, God of fire, God of wind, God of nature, God of evil, God of darkness. I believe you get my point. But that kind of God where it's a white man with the beards in the sky and he needs money from me, I think he can get him money from himself. He's all wise. He's all knowing. He'll figure that out. He'll figure out that money that he wants so much from me. He's all knowing, right?